This gentleman, I'd love to talk about this record. For me, this one for me has been like, and people use big words, but revelational. I can't believe that this record, like, because I've been like a soul music guy for much of my life, but I can't believe that I just discovered this like in the past couple of years. And the fact that this, because I consider it like probably one of the top five best soul albums of the 60s. We know that, the 60s weren't the best soul album time. There was a lot of B-sides, there was a lot of filler, but this one is all killer. Just a magical thing. So I guess, if we could start, tell me about meeting Willie Hutch, and about your impressions of him, I guess, and how you came to make this fantastic record.
LA is a very small community. In fact, Marilyn and Billy from the Fifth Dimension, within the past year, said, yeah, we went to your site and we had no idea you worked with so many of our friends, because they all knew each other. They were all coming up at the same time. And so Willie was one of them. And Willie had written, I Guess I'll Learn How to Fly, and I forget.
California My Way, I think, was another one. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start over. Good. So Willie had written for the Fifth Dimension. He'd written, I Guess I'll Learn How to Fly, in California My Way. And I loved the tunes. And turns out that the Friends of Distinction, and particularly Harry Elston, was really close to Willie. So I said, Harry, can you bring him in? I want to hear what other songs he's got. So he comes up to my office at RCA and starts playing his new material, which I think I'm going to listen to for the Friends of Distinction. And I stopped him midway through and I said, Willie, nobody should be singing these except for you. Let me try to get you a deal. Mm-hmm. And I went in. Joe Reisman fought me on it, but we got it done. And we went in and recorded those cuts, which Willie wrote them all. Willie sang them all. Willie wrote the background parts. Willie hired all the musicians and the background singers. Willie played guitar in it. Willie arranged it. I was his babysitter.
That's funny. Wow.
That's a true R&B album. I was known. In fact, I was hired because I said I wanted to do pop R&B. Mm-hmm. And this was not pop R&B. This was R&B, and Willie showed me. He really taught me what to do. And I sat back, watched him do his thing. I do not know which cuts they are, but there are 3 cuts on that album where it wasn't the rhythm section that was on the entire rest of the album. The main thing was that Abe Mills wasn't available, and Abe Mills is basically the sound of that album.
Wow. Okay.
The rhythm in. So we went in, we cut those tracks. It was seamless because Willie was a total pro and he just knew how to do everything. So we arranged and conducted. We got all the tracks done. We're ready for him to put on his lead vocals, and we go into RCA Studio B one evening, and we're 30 minutes in, and he says, John, we're going home. And I said, we're what? And he says, John, it's kind of like a football team that shows up for the Super Bowl and it's just not their day. Mm-hmm. This is not going to happen for me tonight. So professional that he was, he didn't burn the studio time like everybody else would have to try to get us something that evening. So let's come back tomorrow night. And the next evening he sang all the tunes back to back in one take each.
Wow.
Blew me away. If I ever regret the vocal is slightly buried on the album, that is partially due to Ray Cork saying to me back on the Grayson album that my drums weren't loud enough on the Grayson album. So to bring up basically the bass and drums and have it be powerful. Well, sure. I'm sorry. I apologized to Willie back when we did it. And I said, we can go over budget and I can fix this. And he said, no, it's fine, John. Just try to fix a little bit of it in mastering. And I don't think we did that great a job, though I have popped his voice more on the remasters at my site.